Well, this is week 8, the final week of my Choose to Lose campaign, and you know what? I've changed quite a bit over the 8 weeks. I've noticed some improvements in my balance and coordination, strength, weight loss, and cardiovascular health. My trainer and 2 News fitness expert, Wes Cole, is here to explain why this experience has been so successful. And I tell you what, Wes, successful indeed. 8 weeks, not a lot of time, but I've seen some major changes just in that 8-week time period.
Well, I tell people all the time that, we went about it with just a real scientific approach, and I really think that you like the results. The first one, of course, was the proper assessment, and I think this was critical. You came to me almost a bit nervous because maybe you had some bad experiences with exercise in the past. Maybe you were kind of anxious, and what I did is I really, did a good assessment to make sure that we worked you out at the proper level. And you talked a lot about this, that, it was hard work, but it wasn't so exhausting and tough to where, you didn't look forward to coming. And I think that was one of the big secrets, to your success, to kind of get you started.
And that's the key whenever you start any kind of fitness program. If you start too hard or too fast, you might burn out very quickly. You have to know kind of where your level is and then start from there and start building.
Yeah, we did, and that's exactly what kind of got us going. Of course, we started the cardiovascular training. Cardiovascular training kind of is taking a back seat lately to weight training and boot camp training, but traditional cardio allowed us to really develop a good foundation and really get you going. We used a heart rate monitor to make sure, then again, that I was giving you the perfect workout. I wasn't working out too hard, or too easy, and it really allowed you to evolve from walking to, you were sprinting towards the last part of our workouts, and you never would have been able to do that if we wouldn't have taken the steps necessary. And we also did some weight training. Weight training wasn't your favorite, but it was very important to be able to maintain some of the muscle mass, or make sure that the weight loss was going to be fat and not muscle, which can be a problem people that are just dieting. And we kept a good approach, and you didn't get hurt. And I think that was one of the secrets to weight training. You were kind of worried about a bad shoulder injury, and we were really kind of watching that.
Yeah, and on the fitness side, then you have the nutrition side, and we've talked about it really through the entire 8-week program, that a lot of folks, they get out there, they lift a lot of weights, they run 3 or 4 miles, but then nutritionally, they kind of fall apart a little bit, but it's just as important, if not more important, and it was even more of a challenge, I think, for me.
Yeah, I think that was. Well, nutrition was without doubt the foundation of your success. I don't think you would have seen hardly any results if you wouldn't have really had your nutrition really intact, but it allowed you to recover from your workouts a lot better. We got to the point where we were really pushing you. We were breaking down a lot of muscle, and it really let you build up and kept your energy levels up. And I really don't think you would have seen half the results that you saw now if your nutrition wasn't good. But you've learned a lot too about your nutrition, and I think you developed some real good habits along the way.
And now that we're finished with the 8 weeks, and now I'm kind of going out on my own a lot more. Tell us a little bit about some of what we worked on this week, about some of the things that I can start doing at home, which a lot of folks out there can start working on some of these as well.
Well, next week we're going to talk a lot about complexes, some exercises, that don't take up a lot of space. They don't take up, they don't require you to do a lot of weight, buy a lot of equipment and stuff like that. But more than anything, when I'm cutting you off and kind of letting you go on your own, I think that most importantly in these 8 weeks, you develop habits. And I talk a lot about habits. We've talked a lot about the psychological aspects. You've developed, over the last few weeks, in my opinion, a real kind of need for exercise and eating right. You've talked a lot how you're actually starting to enjoy some of the healthy meals. And, when you do that, when you develop habits, I'm not so worried about the details, the exact type of exercise. You've talked a lot about you're interested in martial arts and boxing. You've really learned a lot about yourself in these 8 weeks. And most importantly, you've developed some real habitual patterns, for the healthy lifestyle. And once you do that, the rest just kind of falls into place.
Yeah, and even though I'm going out on my own, I still have you on speed dial. So
absolutely.
I know that a lot of folks are asking, down 25 pounds in the 8 weeks. So feeling great indeed.
Awesome job.
Thanks a lot, Wes. Well, you know what? If you have a question you'd like Wes to answer, just go onto our Facebook page at KJRH TV and post it on our wall. You can also email him at wescole17@aol.com, or you can call Wes at 749-0960, or you can just visit him at the gym, 46 just east of Sheridan.